Shoothouse can be kind of tricky and a little bit difficult. Today in this video, I'm going to cover 10 tips for playing on Shoothouse in Call of Duty. Welcome back to COD Central TV. Let's get into the video. Number 10, 3 lanes. Shoothouse is in essence formatted into 3 lanes moving east and west. Each lane has some unique things scattered about, making each one of them its own pretty different situation. The map is mostly going to be fluid throughout the match, meaning spawns are going to pretty consistently change, and players will constantly be pushing and flanking through different lanes. It's worth becoming familiar with all of them. Number 9, middle intersection. Running through the center of the map in each lane is a middle intersection made up of a junkyard, containers, and the aptly named center. The intersection works as a way to allow for quite a bit of flexibility in how players want to move around the map, allowing for some creative maneuvers and flanking opportunities. Number 8, gates. One of the most likely places you're going to find an enemy, usually one with a sniper rifle, is at the edge of each of the gates. Standing on the box to peer over the wall allows you to see through the underpass or main street, depending on which gate you're in, and into the center. While it's easy to lock down the entire center lane from either of these positions, teammates will need to cover each side because enemies coming from either of these will have an easy kill on anyone looking over the gate. Number 7, inside office. The office is one of the 2 interior areas on Shoothouse and the only interior area worth venturing into. It's a level above most of the rest of the map, giving those inside on the high ground, and has 2 windows to fire out of on the north side and a staircase on both the north and the south. These are generally where enemies are going to come from, though it is possible to parkour in through one of the windows from the outside as well. Number 6, trap office entrances. The office is generally the power position on the map. Anybody in the office can cut off access to the containers from the back alley. It keeps those inside mostly clear from any kill streaks like choppers or VTOLs, and as mentioned before, it's some of the only high ground on the map. Trapping both staircases entrances is almost a necessity here, as enemies are going to be constantly trying to rush up the staircase. And it wouldn't be a bad idea to set up a trophy system near the window to intercept explosives as well. Tossing frag grenades into the window is one of the quickest ways to clear the office, and most enemies are going to be trying to do that constantly. Number 5, objective on each gate and center. In domination, this map is going to have an objective on the far east, far west, and in the center. Staying in the center for any period of time is going to be a nightmare scenario, considering how easy it is for a player to get a shot over the gate from either side. The office has a somewhat decent view of the center as well, but this room definitely has a lesser importance in domination as compared to most other game modes. Number 4, the junkyard. The junkyard is probably the most unpredictable section of the Shoothouse. There are a couple of really finicky angles players can get looking through some of the vehicle corpses, making coming to the junkyard from the shantytown a special kind of hell if the enemy wants to use a junkyard to their advantage. There's a tiny 90-degree hallway on the northeast section of the junkyard that can make for a nice ambush spot, especially when using a shotgun, but it wouldn't be wise to overstay your welcome there. Number 3, the center. As mentioned before, the center is not a great place to linger. The center is, quite literally, the center, meaning every single lane can converge into it, making for a whopping 4 different areas to enter from. It's made to be an area where players transition from one lane to another, and that's really all it's good for. Number 2, the containers. The containers are going to be a scary area to move through unless your team has control of the office. If your team does have control of the office, containers is going to be a really nice spot to control access to the north side of the map. While some nice sightline combination from the office and the containers, enemies can be completely cut off from the north side of both gates with relative ease. With the added benefit of protecting the north staircase into the office, as well as the window parkour entrance, this will force enemies to attack the office from one entrance, making for an absolute shooting gallery and probably an easy victory. Number 1, Shantytown. It's pretty simple. Shantytown is a bad place. Don't stay in Shantytown. Those unfortunate enough to find themselves in Shantytown should leave Shantytown as soon as possible, because there is nowhere on this map, or possibly any other map besides Shipment, where it's quite as possible to be utterly eviscerated by an enemy that's blindly coming around a corner and firing like a lunatic. Seriously, there are such long sight lines here extending from both sides of the map, as well as a vertical entrance, all combining to make Shantytown a veritable nightmare. And one that you'll probably never wake up from because you'll keep getting this map over and over again. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.